Hey guys, Infinity from GameReplays.org back with you here today. We are doing another video commentary, this time of another 2 versus 2 game featuring NG TheGeneral, or also known as Maru on GameReplays.org. So special shout out to him. He is actually one of the biggest reasons the Battlefield Miller 2 community had almost 1,500, I think, was maybe over 1,500 games or so last February, or sorry, this past January rather, and he's one of the biggest people who is kind of getting everyone from old players, new players back together to play Clan Wars again, and so 1,500 games on Clan Wars for a game this old is pretty freaking impressive. So um, shout out to him. He also won gold in January as well, Gold Warrior. So I believe that's NG's first ever gold ever in Battlefield Miller 2. So uh, he did an awesome job. So we're going to be taking a look at one of these replays. This is one of the last replays he posted on GameReplays.org. So this is I think this is a 2 versus 2 FFG. So General is the elves, and his partner is iDream. I believe iDream was also in NG, so NG is Isengard, or iDream is Isengard rather, and they are playing against cbats, who is a Mordor, and then S2S Bomb Angel, who is Isengard. I think this game is on Uden, if I remember correctly. So let's go ahead and get started. So one minor difference in this commentary compared to my last 2 versus 2 commentary. Before I started the game, I increased the zoom out for 1.09 V2 to 560 from the default 450. So this might help a little bit with commenting the game. There's a little bit of a wider area, and with 2 versus 2, there's just a ton of stuff going on. So on the top right, we have General. He's going a tree, rack, start. His teammates looks like he's going the 4 furnace start as the Isengard player. This looks like Bomb Angel's Prebane here, and he's scouting, so they know that their opponents are elves and Eisen. So on the bottom left we have cbats. He's going a 2 furnace to pit to the 3rd furnace start here. And then the Mortar player, cbats, he's going, it looks like a standard 2 slaughterhouse, orc pit, slaughterhouse. I'm assuming we'll get another slaughterhouse here. Maybe a palace, you know, because he's Isengard. He knows they're Isengard at the top left, so I'm sure a work pit's coming up. So we might see, okay, so let's see, it looks like cbats is going for the early Uruk, so he's going to try to put pressure. Now, Uden's a large map. He may get maybe 1 to 2 furnaces down. I'm assuming iDream will probably destroy them to prevent any power points. So as far as a strategy, I mean, Uden's, you know, we've looked at this map before. It's a large 2 versus 2 map, no creeps, 1 single fire in the middle. General's going for an Elven Lorien Warrior rush. On 1.9, it's a little bit more viable. The Lorien Warriors are buffed a little bit. This is good defense so far by the Mortar player. He's blocking the slaughterhouse, so he's trying to if General's going to go for that slaughterhouse, which is close to his fort, he's going to sacrifice a lot of his units. Looks like he's going to go for these bottom 2 slaughterhouses. He's scouting anyway, and he's going for those. It looks like now General's also, he knows his ally's going to have a little bit of time before units come out, so he sent an archer to defend. And then let's have a look and see what General's doing. He's got another archer. We've got, okay, he's got his 3rd tree coming up. So this Uruk rush, I think for a number of reasons on this map, you don't want to do this. So basically, this is a large map. So even though the Isengard player at the top went 4 ferns, those Uruks are coming out, and works are going to come out, and you're not going to really lose much. Like, he was forced to destroy both furnaces, which is, you know, there is an impact there, but it's such an early part of the game, it's not going to matter that much. Um, honestly, he probably didn't even need to use the birds here. He could have saved the birds. Now, General knows so far that there's no wargs, but he has to realize the Isengard player at the bottom is going to get warged at some point. And in fact, we see a warg pit down there. So he's trying to harass, he's trying to keep the pressure on Mordor, and as elves, you kind of have to do that a little bit early. You don't want just wave after wave of orcs coming. And so iDream has flagged to General that he did see a warg pit, so General's going to have to go back. You don't want to lose these archers either, but it looks like he's probably going to lose them. Kind of an interesting start by the Mordor player here. I didn't expect to see a tavern out that early. I would have expected maybe a second work pit, or maybe even an early Nazgul, to be honest. I mean, it's such a large map, and elves, like early, I know he was pressuring a little bit with the Lord War, but elves are not really the faction, at least on this map, to like pressure that much early. So, and he was forced to destroy a couple slaughterhouses, but I mean, you could get the Nazgul out, and he's got a Nazgul out. Okay, so his economy actually was really doing good. So we see here iDream's trying to come at the bottom. He's going to try to help trample these archers so this Lorien warrior can escape. The Nazgul's going to come and try to counter it. Then we see Bomb Angel. He's defending this too. Both teams are actually playing really well. This is kind of good teamwork a little bit early. Maybe well's not the right word at this point. It's still fairly early, but they're coordinating really well. So that's a big save there by the Mordor player. He almost ran right into the pikes, but some good micro by the Elven player General. I believe General's on host, so it'll be a little bit easier for him to micro some of those pikes and protect the archers, but that's pretty good. He was able to defend from that Nazgul. So there's going to be some engagement here that happens. I was half expecting, you know, early when this game started, we'd see some sort of double from Mordor and Isengard, at least on the Elven player. And that didn't really happen early. But looks like now we're getting a double on the Eisen player up top. So we've got a group up here. So the Eisen player is doing a good job. He's splitting up his units. He's got pressure on the top left. He's got pressure in the middle. Now at the same point, this is kind of an interesting strategy here. iDream, at the same time he's getting attacked, he managed to send these units down bottom, but Bomb Angel did a good job defending. So he might lose his Warg Pit. Nah, he's not losing it. Not with Lurtz and then Creebane. So that's pretty good defense by him. At top here, we kind of see some pressure by the Mordor player. The Isengard was forced to retreat a little bit. This might be good if he can get this starting furnace down. It's almost level 2, so that's certainly an economic impact if he's able to get this down. And it looks like he will be able to get that down. Now on the right, we see General pressuring. This is kind of a nice group of Lorien warriors with pikes. I probably want at least one archer in here. You know, there's 2 Corsairs. There's going to be another Nazgul out. And, you know, and he's kind of... It's kind of a good job. So he's got to move these. Those Corsairs are firing now on the top left again. There's so much action going on right now. Bomb Angel is sort of pinning. He's preventing iDream from pressuring much at all. Now, as far as what Isengard does from here, top left, second Uruk Pit works. So I would expect once Industry comes out, which should be, let's see. No, it looks like actually, I'm mixing these two up. cbats is actually the Isengard player on the bottom, and then Bomb Angel's Mordor, so apologize, mix those up. But let's see, some troubles here with Warg Micro from cbats. He lost a little bit of his Warg, I think almost all of his Wargs there, so that's definitely not good. So now we see iDream's going for this counter push. So he's going for the counter push, but he's trying to trap the Nazgul, and the Nazgul has to be careful because if it runs right into pikes, that's going to be pretty brutal here. So this is kind of a key point in the game. There's potential. I think General at this point. Okay, he's got cavalry out, so it's gonna help with defense and harassment. I'd expect General at some point to get either. Okay, he's got Arwen already out. Okay, so Arwen with the Lancers, that's gonna be good for harassment. And it looks like we're getting iDream sort of attack the Mordor. I don't know about that here. This pressure, there's really no support right now from the Elven player to support this fight. So I think Lurtz could be going down here soon, and he's losing a lot of units. This was kind of a bad fight to pick, I think, at this point. Now, the Lancers are coming. They're going to certainly try to help, but they got to be careful. There's Lurtz, there's Nazgul, there's Pikes here. You don't want to lose your Lancers, and he's trying to trample as much as he can. Okay, Elves are trying to support now. Unfortunately, the Isengard player did lose pretty much everything he had. So at this point, I'd expect a pretty quick... let's see. Let's look at the command points. So cbats is at 700. General's at 700. Bomb Angel's at 700. iDream's 700. So everyone's got even command points. iDream's just got industry, so his eco is going to be going crazy. cbats, on the other hand, got all 5 power points. So he's going to be a ways before he gets to industry or Wildman, or it'll be interesting to see the direction he chooses to go. General just summoned Bombadil, which helped with that, helped clear out a lot of this kind of stuff, some of the Isengard stuff too that was kind of in that team fight there. If he uses Farsight, he might be able to take out Lurtz. The archers are faster and they should have range. If he uses Farsight, he can definitely hit Lurtz. Okay, he's not going to hit Lurtz now, but let's see. And he's harassing with Arwen still. Okay, so let's see. So some kind of big fight up here. Not really a big fight, some sort of engagement, but no pikes, unfortunately, to protect the crossbows. They're running. So with this, you want to have your pikes protecting the crossbows. So a little bit of bad micro here, but let's see. I'm curious. I'm curious why they haven't really tried to pressure the Elven player that much. I mean, Mordor's trying, but I would have expected we would have seen more doubles from the bottom at this point. If you start out with an Eisen Mordor combo on this map, I mean, Elves are especially early. They have trouble. They can have trouble defending. I'm not going to say they always have trouble defending, but they certainly can have trouble defending. We see here General's also tacked up to Mercs, so he's got a little bit of tower here for defense. He's got his first Merc unit coming out, so he's going Mercs, and Mordor's continuing to spam. Okay, Mordor's got industry. He's got 2 orc pits. We got palace. 2 palaces and a tavern. Now here we have kind of good strat by cbats. He's attacking on 2 sides, so he's engaging the army here with Creebane, so that's a good fight, and then he's attacking iDream's economy up top too, and really iDream's got nothing to defend this right now. So, and he just lost a builder, so it's going to be pretty brutal, I think, for the next minute if he can't get anything out to defend this. Now, General is doing a great job of defending. You know, it's kind of interesting. Mordor's spamming a bunch of units, but he's not really having a lot of impact. I mean, at this point, you're kind of feeding Elves power points. Like, General's got, I think he's gonna have Eagles. Like, I mean, and this is the problem with Mordor when you're playing Elves. You gotta spam, but you don't want to spam without making a lot of impact. And there's the Eagles right there. So he's going to have Eagles. At this point, he's probably going to push on this fort, but it looks like his partner's saying, I need some help. And so, and I think he does. His partner's lost a lot of his eco, even though he still has 725 CP. I think this furnace here with industry is really helping him. It's pretty much, if he loses that, that's going to be pretty rough. But it's keeping him in the game right now. So that's a really nice trample by the Isengard player up bottom. On bottom, he trampled all these archers right here. Let's see. Now Mordor, he's bringing his troops on land. So the Elven army's been a little bit weakened. This is a good fight for the Mordor player. He's on land. He's going to force the Elven player back. Elven player's got to go to his well to heal up. I'd expect him to have fort heal as well. Now we just, I think it's Saruman, right? So, oh wow, Saruman, okay. The white wizard before he became evil in Lord of the Rings is now on the field. And now General needs some help, so his partner's sending Saruman to help him out. General hasn't used Eagles yet. I think he's trying to wait. He doesn't want to use it defensively. Now on the bottom we see iDream trying to pressure some of these furnaces, but really the problem is cbats' eco for the most part hasn't really been touched. So up until this point, cbats' eco on bottom and General's eco up top for the most part really haven't been touched, but General's getting a little bit of pressure, and really he's lost most of his infantry. We just saw a Watcher somewhere. Where was Watcher? There was a Watcher somewhere. Jeez, where did that happen? Wow, I completely missed that. Wonder where that was. All the units were up here. So now we see bottom and... Okay, so now the Eagles are going. And really, General has no choice at this point, because he has nothing to really defend without summoning Eagles. We see as Mercs out, those Mercs are going to be leveling. You want to keep the Mercs alive. They got to be careful too. But they're survived. They're level 2. He needs to save those. He needs to push those back. So we got a lot of action going on right now. So let's have a look at CP. So General, he's low on units. He just has 124 command points worth of units. But he still has his racks. He still has his state. He still has all of his PBs basically. He's got to be careful though. He's starting to lose his eco. And he's trying to take down most of this stuff here. So he kind of pushed the Mordor back. The Mordor's going to have to regroup now.
We come from Mirkwood.
So it's been kind of an interesting game so far. Each side has sort of had windows where they've been in the advantage. It's sort of been back and forth so far. So General, he's 12 from Flood, so he chose to get heal or farce. Yeah, I think he got heal. He already had Farsa earlier. So let's have a look at Bomb Angel. He's got 875. He's not producing any units right now. See, at this point for Mordor, I'd probably go Witch King or upgrades at this point, and then just a mix all around orcs, Haradrim archers, corsairs, throw in a few trolls, drummer trolls too. And then as far as Eisen, we see iDream's got upgrades and he's teching up, so he's going for a level 2 Uruk Pit, either get Zerks or help with unit production a little bit quicker. We see the bottom Isengard player's got his armory already up, and he's got heavy armor, and he's buying forged blades. So we'll see in a few minutes. iDream should have. I'm assuming he's going to attack too, but he's cash floating quite a bit at this point. So honestly, if you're cash floating, just a quick and easy way to basically spend all this at this point, just upgrade your fort. Like this is the point on the fort where you want your fort to be upgraded. This is starting to get late mid to early late game, and we see the Mordor just got the Witch King on the field, so he's going Witch King. I'd expect him to get upgrades, and okay, and he's going Siege. So not a bad approach by the Mordor player at this point. We see Isengard, cbats has a lot of wargs. In addition to upgrading fort and getting upgrades, go Sharku. I mean, Sharku provides leadership to wargs that gives the cleared cavalry advantage. So here we see again this these units here, and I mean, not sure how much I like the Mordor usage of this. It's kind of, again, you're kind of just throwing units. You want to be smart, because elves at the. Okay, there's a Watcher, and holy moly, that's Beyond Standards, aka Shanks reference. Holy cow, that is an excellent Watcher. That really just blasted the cbats' Isengard army there. And now at this point, we got full-blown warg on warg action. So I'd expect cbats to lose. No, he's gonna win this. He's fighting with the Creebane now. They both have Creebane, but cbats has his wargs on full upgrades, and then iDream has armor but no blades. So he does not want to take these fights right now. That's not going to work out in his favor. And so again, he's doing a good job of making sure, again, you want to save this warg. Okay, he's level 2, he's trying to save it. He's doing a good job of pressuring on both sides. So he's got the infantry sort of kind of occupying iDream's units here, and then he's got the wargs kind of keeping him busy up top, attacking his buildings. So now here on the Mordor side, Mordor has a clear advantage. The Isengard supporting him with the warg, Saruman. I think the Witch King's still here as well. Well, the Witch King is not here. Witch King went back to heal. I know Saruman's here. He lost the warg, but I don't like this. I don't like the. You don't want to fight. This is really just giving elves power points, I think. Oh, excellent fireball. That's on clumped mercs too. Although the merc battalions are surviving and they're near the well. So Bomb Angel is going to get this stable down. Honestly, I would have probably gone for level 3 treat. He still might be able to get it here, but again, this is not. It's not a lot of follow-up. You're sending units, and you're kind of losing a lot. So on the bottom, wow. Okay, so we missed this, but it looks like Isengard just used. Okay, he didn't use any power points. It looks like. So it looks like.
We come from the woodland realm.
How did? That's interesting. Okay, I missed how the fort went down, but that's a pretty key moment in the game, obviously. Now, cbats has more than enough money. I think he just got money from Mordor, but his economy's just been free-flowing basically the whole game. And he's going to be able to defend the rest of this. Was that flood? I mean, how did that fort come down? Barrage. Bomb Angel has Balrog, okay. So if he times this right, with Barrage, Balrog, Barrage on the army, and then send everything to the fort, and General's fort basically is unprotected at this point. Oh, so he's just killing the army right then. You know, okay. Well, that's a good summon anyway. General did a really good job of reacting, and he's moving the units in. Okay. So it's kind of a key moment in the game. If he can get all the stuff in this area around the fort down, including especially this. Wow, look at that. Look at that. That's pretty awesome looking. Good use of fire breath. That level 2 Rax is gone. Now what he should do, if once he gets this Rax down, just try to take out the army. Get rid of all these units here. There's 2 infantry units, a merc, or get rid of this. Yeah, and he's doing a good job. He's going right for the mercs. And this is what you want to do, right? This is what you want to do. So kind of really good Balrog summon. You know, I was kind of thinking, you know, because General did such a good job of moving his units that he'd have some trouble, you know, with the Balrog running out of time. But he did a very good job getting everything around here. He should try to get this level 3, and that level 3 is going down. So it's not looking too good right now, although Elvin Arrow Volley definitely saved his fort, I think. He may not have been able to take the fort down completely anyway. Now this is an excellent use of barrage here by the Mordor player. Didn't get all the wargs down, got most of them, or not even most of them. The wargs actually survived, so with heavy armor, those things are strong. I think Hal in 1.9v2 that doesn't impact the armor. I think it just impacts damage, but I think Hal actually negatively reduces the armor if I remember correctly. So iDream's sitting relatively untouched at this point because he took down his opponent's fort. We see an eagle summon. They didn't do too much. The fort's pretty well defended. You got a bunch of level 3 buildings here. Now Isengard, this is iDream. He's 1 away from his power point, so I'm assuming we're going to see a dragon strike here pretty soon. Cbats' fort. Where's he building a fort? He's building a fort in the corner. He's got more than enough money. He's just got to survive, I think, at this point. Survive until his fort comes back up. I think iDream's just also waiting for Dragon Strike, and once that happens, they're going to try to go for this fort here.
Lorien archers, ready for battle.
So Lurtz is trying to take out Saruman. Good job by iDream here. But man, you don't want to lose Saruman. He's going to be a while before the fort comes back up if he loses him. But
Building supplies are here.
and look at this PowerPoint combo. So we have Ents from General. We have Dragon Strike. Nice dragon. Holy moly! Wow, very nice Dragon Strike. That is a wide range. That might be GG. Heck of a game. I mean, this was a lot of fun to watch. Back and forth, momentum just shifting constantly. And then Bomb Angel goes down. So that looks like it is GG. I think the NG team did a better job of defending and knowing when to attack. And certainly I think their PowerPoint usage was a little bit aided by the fact that they were just leveling up their power points so quickly. I mean, they were getting power points, I think, much more quickly than cbats and Bomb Angel were. I'd also say too, and I think I touched on this a little bit, Bomb Angel probably wants to be a little bit smarter as Mordor with how you attack with your orcs and pike combos with the Nazgul. I think there were so many times in that game where he was sending just spam, and it felt like the Elven player was under a lot of pressure, but in reality, the Elven player wasn't. Um, you kind of just want to be careful because, again, if you just spam stuff, you're going to feed PowerPoints really quickly. So you want to make sure when you're spamming, your spamming has an impact. And you're either destroying a ton of buildings or you're constantly forcing the Elven player just to rebuild his units over and over and over again. Maybe a little bit more Orc Archers too. I didn't see a lot of Orc Archers in those attacks, so I think a couple Orc Archers. I know there was maybe one Orc Archer at the start to help defend. And then as far as cbats, I didn't like the start necessarily because on such a big map, the four furnace start is almost always the best go-to for Isengard. And while he did with the Uruk Rush cause iDream to have to delete a couple ferns early, General did a good job aiding in defense. And really, you're losing 300 um, worth a unit. I mean, that Uruk, I don't think the starting Uruk really did anything. I mean, he caused pressure, obviously, and he caused to delete the furnace, or caused iDream to delete the furnaces, but uh, losing 300 like that early, and then iDream's had the better eco too with the four furnace start with the right unit combination of wargs and Uruks out right away, so he's able to defend, adapt, attack. Um, so I think overall, just NG played. They just had a little bit better teamwork, a little bit better defensive play, and they picked and choose their spots better when they attacked. So hope you guys enjoyed watching this one. Fun game. So we'll see you all in the next one.